Hey folks, it's Jim, it's Julie, it's episode 270 of Geeking Out. That's right, we are getting close to that ever so seminal 275. But you won't see it this year.
No.
We're actually going to take the entire month of December off. Julie's got a lot of vacationing, and I've got a lot of work.
I've got a lot of exams.
That too.
Yay, fun.
Yay. And I've got deadlines from publishers.
Fun times.
So
shall we get to this week's episode?
Shall we get to it? Yes, we shall. So we've got 6 new comic book reviews for you this week, so let's get to it with
Beware the Batman, #1. This is another wonderful DC kids book, and...
based off the new series.
Yes.
Which I think got cancelled.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. But in this one, Batman's working with Katana to discover the real reason behind why Stag Industries has increased production by 2 shifts a day. Now, with the Fight Back movement coming to Gotham, it's just one more thing for Batman to have to take care of.
They're trying to compete with China's productivity.
Sure, we'll go with that. So, this was a different book. It has a very different art style.
Very distinctive art style for that show, so yeah.
Yeah, it's very different. I would almost describe this Batman as effeminate in the way that he's been drawn.
Kinda, yeah, a little
very,
bit.
Very
it's
feminine
very
art
flat
style.
lines and...
I only had one beef with this book, and it's that Katana has a Chinese-style sword. And that's just not okay with me.
Oops.
Yeah, it's just not okay.
Whoops.
Her name says the type of sword that she is supposed to have.
Yeah.
And that's my only beef with this book. Otherwise, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fun storyline. The distinctive art style grew on me. Lots of colors. Perfect for young readers. So, if you've got a young reader in your life, pick this one up.
Alright, next up we have a book from a few weeks ago, Pretty Deadly, #1. In this one, Death's daughter rides the wind on a horse made of smoke. Well, her face bears the skull marks of her father. But as you go through the plains, her story is told in song to those that will listen.
That's neat.
But if you get in her way, vengeance will be hers.
You know, kind of like death.
Kinda, yeah.
Imagine that.
This book, to start, it's a fantasy western, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I was a little bit skeptical at first before reading it. Mm-hmm. It had some things that I couldn't really get into just peering at it. But once you get into the story and you see the characters and everything, it just blends so beautifully.
Yeah. I know that the cover colors really appeal to me.
Yeah, and the whole book is like that. And it's just gorgeously done. And a lot of it's told through prose and song.
Oh, that's cool.
And it absolutely adds to the atmosphere, and it really makes it go into your head. And that's a great thing. It's just really a beautifully done book. So if you want to try something out that's really different and really unique, check this book out. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's another one of those really great image #1s.
And guess what? Again, sold out. So good luck trying to find the first printing.
We have a copy here, so if you're looking for one, come see us.
Because second prints are next week.
Next up is Scooby Doo Team Up #1. And in this one, the Scooby Gang team up with Batman and Robin to take down Man-Bat.
This is at least the 4th or 5th team up they've done with Batman.
I think so.
In the 50 years.
My understanding, though, is that this is a new ongoing where it's Scooby Doo Team Up. So I'm really, really interested to see who they're teaming up with next week.
Next week, the Joker.
Or next month, sorry.
Next week, the Joker. That won't end well.
No, it won't end well for anybody.
Right.
I enjoyed this book. It's cute, it's funny, it has Batman and Robin. They have a lot of really great DC jokes, a lot of great Scooby jokes. It's just really fun to read for all ages.
Scrappy Doo isn't in there, is he?
Alas, he
Oh,
is
thank
not.
heavens.
What's wrong with Scrappy Doo?
He ruined the entire franchise.
Oh, I completely disagree. Anyways, if you're looking for another fun book for your young reader or for yourself, check out Scooby Doo Team Up. It's really cute.
All right. Continuing with the young reader lineup this week, we've got Ben 10, number 1. And this one, Ben and his friends and family are on vacation, but Ben can't get too far before he has to hero up on a cruise ship.
Oh, that's gotta be a fun adventure for him.
You just can't go too far without evil trying to kill you.
Alas.
It's just the life of a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends and family are meaningless. It's just the enemies want to get to you at every turn. At least according to DC. But anyway. This was okay. It's very much done in the style of the show that it's based on, and it's very child-safe, I will say. It's a bit more action-oriented than most other kids' series, so there's a bit of violence that might turn off some parents, I'd say. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's not half bad. So if you're a fan of Ben 10, check it out. I can't highly recommend it otherwise, unless you have a kid that's really kind of a fan of Ben 10. But if they are, then they'll probably really enjoy it.
Awesome. Last up for me today.
Wait a minute.
Again?
Yeah, it happened again.
Oh well.
Alright, let's get to it.
Harley Quinn number 0, up on
By
the table.
17 artists.
Yes. Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, and 17 artists.
Charlie Adler, Art Baltazar, Becky Cloonan, Darwin Cook, Tony S. Daniel, Sam Keith, Bruce Timm, Jim Lee, Stephen Rue, Todd Moore, Chad Harden, Adam Hughes, Dave Johnson, Dan Panosian, Jeremy Roberts, and Walter Simonson.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
So, in this book, Harley it starts off with her thinking about how great it would be to have a comic of her own. And
guess what? She already does!
It leads to her auditioning artists to draw her new book with the help of Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. She surfs a dolphin, becomes a rock star, and so very much more.
And wow, does this book rock!
I loved it. It was so much fun to read.
Exactly. There are just so many fourth wall jokes and jokes at the expense of DC. Even.
Yes.
They even
jokes
make fun
at the expense of the writers.
Exactly, and it's great.
Yes.
Now, they're promising they won't do this much in the way of fourth wall stuff for the series, but honestly, I kind of like to see a little bit more of that.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. It actually really works well for this particular character.
Exactly. Well, Harley is so unique as a character that she can be that little bit crazy, and it's adorable, I guess.
Yeah.
But
in a psychotic way.
Yes. Absolutely. I really enjoyed it. They do give you a few pages from the same artist at the end, but they don't tell you who it is.
I also like that they reprint a page from Jim Lee and they go all on about how it's a reprinted page.
Yeah, they're right open foreground with the fact that it's a reprint. It's just really, really fun. Mm-hmm. It's a great look at the character of Harley. I loved that with 17 artists, they still managed to create a book that flowed really nicely.
It was actually a very nice surprise in that the continuity, even with all the different art styles from the 17 different artists, it still flowed remarkably well.
And I really loved that Harley introduced each artist. Yeah. At some point, she let you know who it was or where this was from. It was just a really, really well done book, and I am so glad that I got to read it.
I actually am very glad I got to read it as well. As someone that's not a big fan of the Marvel and DC universe, I still had a lot of fun with this, and it was a good chuckle. Especially because it was so self-aware of itself and just had fun with poking fun at the whole universe.
Absolutely.
And that is just great. Anyone that can poke fun at themselves, I respect wholeheartedly. So
Absolutely.
It's a really fun book, and honestly, check it out because you're not going to regret it.
For sure. If you enjoy laughing and you enjoy things that are kind of quirky and a little offbeat, this is definitely, absolutely, 100,000,000% the book for you.
And if it's not, then there's always Deadpool.
Exactly.
Alright, so last up this week, we have The Other Dead. It's kind of like The Walking Dead, but other.
Okay, I'll take it.
Alright, so...
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the back of the book, and there's a really cool art panel, but it's really creepy.
Yeah. So, in this one, a band is looking for stardom and has a satanic blood ritual.
Oh, what a nice, family-friendly, wholesome story.
Not at all. And while this is going on, a hurricane threatens New Orleans, and a mysterious outbreak causes animals of every sort to become bloodthirsty zombies. Yeah. So, this time it's not the people that are trying to eat you, it's Fluffy.
I'm glad you got to read this one and not me.
Yeah, this was not great. I'll say that much. This is very tiresome. This has been done many a time. And it's kind of boring now. The characters, I could not care less about any of them. They're all pretty bad characters. They're all stereotypically written and just really weak as written. Mm-hmm. Artwork is fine. It's really nice. It goes with the tone of the book in the horror sense. But other than that, it's not that great. So unless you're a big zombie-style fan, then you're not going to enjoy this.
Unfortunate.
So if you're a zombie guy
or girl,
check it out. But otherwise, it's not all that great. Alright, so that brings us to the close of another exciting episode. We will be with you one more week, next week, for our final episode of the year. We will see you then. Have a good one.